Showtime. Bitcoin moneymaker. Every angle to get in the crypto game. Welcome back, all my fellow Bitcoin monkeys. I'm gonna change up the format a little bit and just do quick updates on my lending plan, exit strategy, and just my margin trades. If I throw in some mining in the future, some selling, I'll do that as well. I mean, Bitcoin's been up. I think it's at 82.53, so good day so far for everyone in the community that we keep growing together. So let's jump right in and go in. I think I have 66 days left in my exit scheme to before I pull out with all the house money and profit. So got 167 today, not bad. Just keep going. I'm gonna put this back into the Dragon Group. And then, like I said, if this gets to 250, I'll start putting it in Xbox because it has consistently higher returns, and I'm looking for a fast punch to move on. I've been looking at USI Tech more. I've been looking at HASHFLARE. I've been looking at coins that are going to stay strong enough to survive for the next 6 months in this second generation wave, because that's where, if this works out 3-4 months from now, that's where I would go next and keep snowballing. And again, this isn't financial advice, this is just my plan. Don't do this if you have debt or you have family to feed. This is for people that live below their means, financially solvent, have money to lose. Like the money I put in here, 100%, like if I lost this all, I would just be glad I don't have the regret of not trying. Like the hit financially to me would be a 0. So do that. If not, seriously, pay off all your debts, make more money, live beneath your means, and after all that, maybe make like $100 loan in Bitconnect and get all your money out right away. This is for people with extra money that want to be aggressive. So then going on to Bitconnect, this 167. This also did bad today. I think the interest was like at 1%, mixed with like 0.5% from yesterday. The highest I've had in here is around like 70 or 80 bucks. So hopefully it'll do better. But these two together, I'm at 210. My highest day has been 240 or something like that. So we invest to the magic trading bots of Dragon Group and Bitconnect. All our faith is with them. And you can see that's what I would have taken out if I took out everything so far. And, you know, like out of the 10,000 total, or out of the 3,590, you can see, like, even if I took out everything every day, that's not that much so far. I want to keep the snowball rolling. I want to get to $500 a day total. Now I'm at 210 about. So you'll see I also left open the hedge fund edge. I'm still reading that. It's really teaching me not to stay wed to any market, not to stay wed to real estate, not to stay wed to stocks and bonds, not to cash, not to fiat, not to cryptocurrency. Within cryptocurrency, don't stay wed to Bitcoin or altcoins or mining. Always be agile. Always look at the macro trends to leave a market for another market. Don't get stuck in any sort of everything's going to last forever. It's great, especially in the days of Trump and cryptocurrency. Anything can happen. If you haven't learned that already, anything can fucking happen. Okay, so moving on to the market. I'm not even going to do the daily stuff. You guys saw that yesterday. I'm sure you'll see this chart. You'll start getting sick of it. But you can see we've had some steady gains where we consolidate. People get bored, flag, do another consolidation, get bored. We're currently in that next get bored step, consolidation. I've had a long going, I think, since yesterday. I think I got it at like 80,065 or something. It's 82,000. So I've moved my stop up, so I'm guaranteed profits. We can see that, you know, stochastic RSA for this hour really isn't doing that much. We can go back to the day. If we want to get crazy, we could go back. Still looks like it wants to go up. And I like switching to one with a longer history to look at the week, just to see what the overall feeling is. And it looks like, see, this would stay up for a span of, see this little thing, it doesn't look like much, but that's a month of staying above and being so-called overbought. But we're going parabolic. I mean, again, Carter Thomas has mentioned that. I'll say other people have mentioned that. But it looks like we want to keep going up for a little while. So I'm happy with my long right now. I'll keep ratcheting up the stop as I go. I could do a trailing stop, but I don't want to yet. I like doing manual stops to keep my finger on the pulse of the market. And I'm just going to look over the gains and losses for the market real quick. There's no huge movements I see of any coin I own or really care about right now. And I walked over them yesterday. One thing I did do yesterday, I did my first leverage trade of Ethereum on BitMEX yesterday, which I'm happy about because I've only done Bitcoin. I've gone in really slowly to try to learn. And I was a cowboy, and I did because let's go to actually this one's better. Go to the day. And it's bottoming out. Everyone says it's going to come back up. Like NEO shot up, which made me a good amount the other day because I'm a NEO holder. A lot of people say take profits, but I think NEO is a real holder because of the gas and everything else. I think it would suck to lose out on a lot of gains because if that just goes and gets even to Ethereum's level, it just will pay off so handsomely. So here I drew this, neon retro 80s line, which I like. I like the neon retro crazy 80s look in all my charts. This would be where I don't think it would go below unless Vitalik Buterin, the super genius from Russia. The only way I think it would go below this previous resistance that will turn into support over here is if he came out as the leader of ISIS and he had an evil plot to take over the world with crazy AI technology to enslave everyone with Ethereum. That's when I think it would go below this. So the second time I went around after I lost money, I put my stop loss and I put a big cushion and I lowered my margin and I put it way down here. And as I get more comfortable, I do want to up my margin and keep a big cushion when I'm at the bottom of a huge dip. And I really don't think it can go down anymore. And all the people smarter than me and more experienced, they think it's going to go up. And the news is good. So, and the volume's starting to come back. People are getting, down here, they're getting a little bored. It was consolidating, and you can see the RSI wants to come up. All this wants to come up. Let's go back to the week to be macro about it. Look how low that is. It wants to come up. It's been down for a while. This is a long time. This is since September. It's been stuck down there. So I think it's going to come up, and I think it's going to do well. So again, my mentality as a newbie right now is that when it's at the very bottom of a dip and everyone knows it, and all the smart guys are saying it's going to come back soon, I think you should leave a big cushion for your stop loss and leverage because I really don't think, again, I don't think it's going to go below this previous resistance, this new consolidation support, unless Vitalik Buterin becomes the head of ISIS. I don't think so. If it does, I'm wrong. I'll be the first to admit it in the next video. And I hope you guys learn from my losses as much as you learn from any wins I get, because I learn from my losses much faster. It's also why I'm doing this with a very small amount of money of my portfolio to get good at this, and I hope to use the same meticulous, disciplined strategy just with more money in the future. So we'll hop to BitMEX really quick. You can see my position, my same Bitcoin long position. It's up 4%. I entered at 865. It's at 82.68 right now. Kind of just sticking around there. I've ratcheted my stop up, so it's guaranteed some profit. Maybe before I go to bed tonight, I'll look at the charts and I'll see what's it gonna do over the next 12 hours while I'm asleep, or sorry, 8 hours before I check the charts, whatever that is. I may take out my profits then. Otherwise I may just leave it, and if it hits this stop, yeah, I get less profits, but I still get profits because I think it's still gonna go up. I know a lot of people would use trailing stops up here. You could use an automatic trailing stop. That's good too. I think I want to use that in the future, but I like forcing myself to be manually involved in the process and be ratcheting up myself and checking it so I have my pulse on the market and I don't get, I'm too new to get lazy about it. I want to know what's going on. Maybe if I have good feelings about the markets, I could just do alerts and put my foot off the gas and just do trailing stops and just kind of let stuff hit. But especially this Ethereum one, and the reason I got in is because it's at the very bottom. It's been at the bottom for a while, and all the smart guys like Luke Martin, other people, I feel like there's a consensus growing that it's time for Ethereum and it's time for alts to go up soon, because we've already had this dip in Bitcoin. We have new money in the market. I think we hit $250 billion in market cap recently, so there's a lot of good signs there. You can see if we go back to Ethereum, my entry price was 4,600,000 Satoshis, and it's up a good amount. Like, a lot of people would close this already. I think it feels like a lot of people love to close out between 15 to 20 some percent profit. They're really happy with that. I'm just going to keep ratcheting up my stop, because hopefully, if this was the bottom of the dip, this could go for a while. And if this goes for a while and I really think the recovery is strong, I may ratchet up my leverage to something conservative, because it's at 2. Sorry, is it 2.5 or 2? I forget which one's which. But anyways, 2.5. There we go. This 2.5, I may ratchet up to 3 or 3.5. That will give me more available funds. And in my available funds, I may put in more at 3 with a tighter stop loss than I did originally, because it's no longer at the bottom of the dip. And see, because if it gains momentum and it really is the beginning of a little bull run, I'll ratchet up that margin a little bit once I'm confident. Right now, it's still coming out of the bottom of the dip. I'm going to give it room to breathe and grow. And I'm still like following, though, with my stops pretty close to make sure that I don't miss out on some of that 8% profit. I want to get at least some of that, because I can always be conservative and come back again tomorrow. So, as I mentioned before, I did mess up. I came in too strong the first time with Ethereum. I did a 10 times margin. I did the stop loss way too close. I was too eager to get in, because it was at the bottom of the dip. I was just like, I want to get in, and I got a loss, and I lost like 400,000. Let's go over here. I lost like 400,000 Satoshis. Or maybe here it is. Here it is. I lost 300,000. So now I lost 300,000 there. That was the ETH trade, and now here, like, I've gained back 150 of that. And then with the Bitcoin trade, I think, I don't know what else I've gained back. Let's see. Back to trade. But you gotta be careful. Losses are fast and they hurt more and they're hard to get back. So I have to be. You need to, like, what I've been learning is you need to go into a trade when it would be shocking that you would lose it. Like, you have to become that certain about your trades. You can't go in. Like, when I went in with the times 10, I was just messing around and I thought, oh, this has like a good chance of working, maybe 60%. That's a terrible strategy. Like, when I've gone in before and I've made decent returns in here, even with small amounts of money, it doesn't mean much, but the mentality, it's when I've been very sure, I've been very meticulous and conservative about my ratcheting. I've kept my finger on the pulse of things. I haven't just been la-di effing da about it. And yeah, I'm going to keep going with these. I hope they stay and do well. I came up with a little security song for you guys. I think it goes, what's it go like? Use Nord, use Trezor, use Ledger, use Brave, Proton Mail. So use a VPN like Nord, use a hardware wallet like Trezor or Ledger, use two-factor authentication on all these crazy exchanges. Like, there's Bitconnect news that they're printing too much Tether and that could crash things in the future. I mean, Bittrex was having some weird issues with people from outside the United States. So there's always problems at all these exchanges. It just gets crazy. So have two-factor authentication for hackers or anything else. Use Brave browser or another secure browser that stops trackers and ads and other malware. And use encrypted email like Proton Mail. Use it all. Like, it all helps. It all helps a lot. And it just keeps your money safe, because because this could be the seed for your wealth in the future. So you don't want to lose what you worked hard for, especially if you're a first mover. So I highly recommend Nord. I love that you can switch to any country so easily. It's great, and yeah, that's about it. As always, the rest is up to you.